Hi everyone, this is Michaelin from the North Shelby Library, and today we're going to be painting a little sloth painting. We've got 5 colors that we're using purple, green, yellow, white, and black. And if you would like, afterwards you can use a black thin marker to outline all of your vegetation, your leaves, your little sloth, add some little accents to him, or you can use the paintbrush that you have. And as you can see, this one is mostly outlined, and then I did another one that's a little darker purple. He's still just as cute. I started to use a pen down here. Even a ballpoint pen will work. It's just not as defined as if you can get like a thin Sharpie marker or one of those fancy art pens. Up here, there is no outline. I left those free so you can get an idea of what it looks like, or you can again use your paintbrush to make the outlines. It's your choice. The supplies we'll be using for this painting are just 5 different acrylic paints right there, a little paintbrush, and we've got a 5x7 canvas board here, a foam plate to act as our palette, and some water. So that's all we're going to need. If you signed up to get the supplies, then you should have this right here. Should have come in the pack. But again, you can use whatever you have at home. If you do not have canvas, like I said previously, you can use paper or whatever, a bigger size canvas. It's up to you. So we've got purple, black, white, yellow, and green. And now we can go ahead and get started. All right, the first thing we want to do is sketch our sloth. As you can see, I've already sketched him once, didn't like it, so I had to erase him, which you can do too until you get him the shape that you want. So I just want him big enough to be super cute. I want to draw his other leg that's hidden, and then his front leg, and then the shadow, his front leg. I want to draw his little face. All the way down like that. And with the paint, we can always change things. We can make them bigger. So that's a good start. So now I'm just going to roughly put in the little limb that he's hanging on. And I'm going to start from there. All right, so the first color I'm going to start with will be yellow. I'm going to paint some of the leaves that will be in the background so that we can layer on top of them with some of the darker greens. And you don't have to put it exactly where I'm putting it. You can put it wherever you want. All right, I think that's good for yellow. And now let's make some light green. So let's mix in some of this green with some yellow. Until you get at the shade that you would like. Work. And these dry pretty fast. You can see there's still a little bit of wet, so I'm going to try to avoid layering on those areas right now. Sometimes the paint gets too wet and you end up just pushing paint around. So I'm going to come back over some of these spots to make it a little darker. All right, so I just did some more with that same green. I added in the little branch that he's going to be sitting on, or hanging on rather, and some leaves. And I do plan to go back over some of these areas that are pretty light, again with the green, but I might wait until I've added all of my colors in. So now I'm going to mix up the regular green, just plain green, with a touch of black. Get a little darker of a leaf. See if I like that. I'm not the biggest fan of this green. It's okay. If you're buying acrylics for yourself, if you get more heavy-bodied paint, they tend to be less thin, but it works. That is my door opening, being opened by my dog, if you're wondering. She's trying to get in here. And obviously feel free to change up the vegetation. You don't have to draw the same leaves I'm doing. All right, before we get to our cute sloth here with the purple, I'm going to go ahead and start going over some of the areas that I feel could be a little darker. So for the ones that have a dark green, I'm going to go ahead, since I have that on my brush right now, go back over some of those areas to make them a little more filled in. Now it's time to paint our cute little sloth. I've put down some purple and some white so I can mix it to see how purple I want my sloth. So I'm going to take just the pure purple here and see if that's going to work for me. See if I like that. And that is pretty good. I actually don't mind that purple. It's pretty cute. So I'm going to keep it just the purple. Add some white if you want to. It's your choice. I'm gonna leave the legs that are on the other side out right now because I will add a little bit of black to the sloth to make that a little darker since it is in the shadow. That and his tummy right here. So I'll do that right now. So again, I've got just a tiny bit of black. I'm gonna put it over here and add some purple. Not dark enough. It's very shiny in the light, and he's still a bit wet. So if I just keep putting paint down, it's just going to be pushed around. So I might need to take a break. And how about we do his eyes, or the markings around his eyes? And then for his nose and his eyes, we're going to do just the end of our paintbrush here and stick it in some black. And then just dot the nose like so. And then we'll do the same with the eyes. And we'll come back in and do some white highlights. See, he's getting there. He's looking cute. Alright, so while he was drying, I went back and added some more color to him. I did a little bit of the black and the purple just to go around the sides here. Don't want to get him too dark all the way around. And I also mixed in some white and purple together to whatever shade you want, and went around and did little dots. These can be berries, these can be just decoration, but you can go back in later with a pen or a small paintbrush and add some little stems to it. So we can do that in a minute. For now, I'm going to finish him up real quick, and then we can decide whether or not we want to outline all of the vegetation or just leave it as is. Alright, I've gone over my sloth a couple times, and I still have an area here I need to get back, but I do want to add in some details with some pens. And you can use a variety of pens. This is just a regular pen you can get anywhere at Walgreens, whatnot. The Sharpie, which is probably what I'll use. Here is an archival one. It's a one size, and you can go around on your canvas with that. And this is a white pen jelly roll. These are good for like little highlights. You don't have to have this. Again, you can use paint for all of these. You just have to have a more precise brush than the one that you were given with the kit. So if you have that, then that will work. So right now I'm going to take the Sharpie and I'm going to draw his little happy face, because he's happy. And I feel like he's almost done there. And again, you can get your brush, if you have a pointy brush, or maybe even the tip of your brush in some white. Since I do have a white jelly pen, I'm gonna add a highlight to his eyes and one to his nose, and that makes him seem a little more alive than before. And now you're basically done. So you can, again, mine is not perfect yet. I'm waiting for that to dry, so I'll go over that again and make it the purple that I want. So you can leave it as is, or you can come back in and go over all of the vegetation with your pen. So that is up to you. So I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like with it all outlined. All right, so this is what it looks like after the vegetation has all been outlined. And I added some little marks on him to make it look like fur with the white and black. I added a little bit of light purple on his cheeks to make him look like he's having a cute little blush. But overall, it looks pretty cute. So if you would like, share this with me, share your image with me so I can share it on our social media account so we can show the community how talented you are. And I hope you enjoyed this program.